and every one of you to this information session for District 222, triple two. Beautiful number, beautiful beginnings. Tonight, we are here to receive feedback and information with respect to the transition for the new district and to ensure that each and every one of you, you're inspired, you're motivated, and you're excited for this new beginning and this opportunity that is going to unfold. As we navigate this process, we have our group transition chair, who is PID Roy, who is responsible for both of the districts that will be forming. So we'll just give him a spotlight. Good evening, Toastmaster Roy. And for each district, we have a transition chair. So for District 222, our transition chair is PRA Godales. So just spotlighting her a little bit until I bring her back on. Good night. And then we have our DLC chair for each district. And for our district, the DLC chair is going to be IPDD Elka Price. So they will lead the journey and they all have their committees working behind the scene, doing lots of work behind the scene so that this process can be completed effectively. So I now invite our transition chair, PRA Godales, to provide you with an introduction and oversight into this journey as she welcomes her team to take us through tonight's meeting. PRA, the virtual space is now yours.
Thank you very much, Madam District Director, and good evening, everyone. I hope you're just as excited as I am and as Toastmaster Tariq said he is. Thank you all for being here this evening and for taking the time to join this information session. As chair of the Transition Committee, I want to briefly share that our work has been focused on ensuring a thoughtful, transparent, and well organized transition process. Our goal is to support continuity, clarity, and confidence as we move into this next phase, always keeping the best interests of our members and our clubs at the center of this process. This evening, we want to walk you through what this transition means, what to expect, and how you can stay informed and involved. To do that, I am pleased to introduce two members of our Transition Committee who will be guiding us through the presentation this evening. First, Distinguished Toastmaster Sandra Lutchman, and then Toastmaster Michelle Brooks. They will be presenting tonight on behalf of the Transition Committee. A past Toastmaster of the Year, runner-up AD of the Year, and the 2018 Division Director of the Year. This Toastmaster had an audacious vision of having a division for her territory, Trinidad and Tobago, and galvanized her team in the creation of an unprecedented number of clubs. This, in great part, catapulted us to the realigned Division F and J. She served on district committees such as the Speakers Bureau, the DLC, the Club Roy Director Team, and at the Hyatt Conference held in Trinidad and Tobago, she served as our hospitality chair. At this event, she was recognized with the first Legacy Builders Award for the many clubs she formed. TTM Sandra Lutchman. And our second presenter, Michelle, is a self-employed professional in the field of human resources and organizational development who applies the skills and experience acquired in her profession to enhancing the Toastmaster experience for herself, her fellow Toastmasters, and the many proteges that she mentors. She's a strategic leader who manages change and challenges well and can coach others to also develop their skills in these areas. Michelle has served in club officer roles multiple times, is a charter member of clubs in Aruba and in Curacao, and is a two-time past division director of District 81. The highlight of Michelle's professional career was serving twice as moderator at high-level political forum general assemblies at the United Nations in New York. Although this Toastmaster already has many years of experience in as a public speaker on international platforms, of course, she has demonstrated over the last 9 years tremendous self-motivation and strong interest in continued self-development. Please help me welcome distinguished Toastmaster Sandra Lutchman and Toastmaster Michelle Brooks.
Thank you, Madam Chair. District Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Tashi Brown, Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Corinne Thomas, Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Natalie Lobato, past International President, DTM Roy Ganga, other members of the district leadership team, and fellow Toastmasters. So, not a news flash, but it's still breaking news. As members who did not attend the business meeting of the International Convention may be unaware of the positive changes that are being made to better serve our members. According to Greek philosopher Heraclitus, change is the only constant. District 81 and the Transition Committee for District 222 have teamed up to bring you this exciting update on everything you need to know about the creation of District 222. And here are the objectives. Well, I'm here to share with you some innovative changes coming your way from July 1st, 2026, and the benefits and leadership opportunities that this transformation will bring. So get ready for a new era in leadership with District 222. Know what's changing. Know of the development in the realignment process. Know of the functions within the new district. How you can prepare for area director or any other leadership role for that matter. But you may be asking, why is the district structure changing? Growth in the number of clubs in Latin America and the Caribbean, and the large differences in the size of the districts in our hemisphere led to an amendment to the minimum size required for a district. So in March 2024, the Board of Directors mandated the districts should be a minimum of 100 clubs per district. The goal is to have stronger, more sustainable districts with more leadership options, more leadership opportunities. District 81, back on July the 1st, 2025, consists of the Caribbean clubs and had 195 clubs. Provisional District 111 consisted of 25 clubs. This is Brazil. And LATAM countries had territories with greater than 20 clubs that were undistricted. With this new realignment of districts, we will then have 2 separate districts, District 222 and District 223. Now, what is District 222? District 222 is the newly forming Toastmasters district that will serve clubs in parts of the Caribbean, Central America, and South America. We will all enjoy the benefits of being a part of District 222. Now, there is a list of members that make up District 222: Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago, Aruba, Curacao, Bonaire, Belize, Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname, French Guiana, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Argentina, Paraguay, and Uruguay. Well, District 223, you can see their countries on the map, but tonight we're dealing with District 222. So you may be wondering, what does this change mean for you as a club member? I'd like to assure you that there will be very little change in your daily club life. Club meetings, mentorship, and member support will continue as usual. Your club will continue to operate in the same way under Toastmasters International's policies. The Pathways Educational Program remains exactly the same worldwide. The club officer roles and membership processes, even the fees, remain exactly the same. There is no immediate changes to Toastmasters International dues due to the creation of new districts. The biggest change will mainly affect those from the unrestricted clubs and persons who wish to serve at the district level. It gives speakers from the previously unrestricted clubs more exposure to more growth opportunities. So unrestricted clubs in our neck of the woods stands to benefit in a positive way. Now, why is becoming a district beneficial for clubs? Becoming a district is beneficial for clubs because it will allow for better leadership support, access to structured training, greater visibility, more chance for members to grow and be recognized. Stronger club sustainability, that is important. Unrestricted clubs in Central and South America will now be a part of District 222 and will be able to participate in club officer training, attend district officer training, take part in district speech contests, join district conferences. This is a major growth opportunity. We'll have more leadership opportunities. More leadership opportunities is being created to better support club growth, leadership development, and member experience in our region. Now, bear in mind, with two different districts, we will have two sets of district directors, program quality directors, club growth directors, PRM, public relations managers, administrative managers, logistics managers, different, I wouldn't say two sets, different division directors, area directors, and all these leaders, they will have their committees and their subcommittees. So think of the many leadership opportunities for the persons from these two districts that will now become available. There'll be opportunities for persons to progress from club to area, area to division, division to district, all in keeping with the Toastmasters contest rule book. Previously, unrestricted clubs did not have that privilege. Their privileges were limited. But now when they become a district, they will be able to go all the way to international. Okay? So planning and communicating this change is an excellent way to meet objectives and ensure a smooth transition. Rest assured that our transition committee is on top of things as we prepare the district structure, support the election process, ensure continuity and stability, and we act as the bridge between now and the official start of District 222. Our team will assist in supporting a smooth, informed, and member-focused transition for the territories that will form our new District 222. Distinguished Toastmaster Michelle Brooks will tell you how you can take advantage of these leadership opportunities and much more about this phase of the transition. Over to you, Toastmaster Brooks. DTM.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Most of what we are here tonight to share with you has been covered by my transition committee buddy, Sandra. And I hope that if some questions popped into your head while Sandra was sharing this information, that you've made a note of it. At the end of our presentation, we will open up the floor for questions and answers. And we definitely want to be able to give you an opportunity to ask your questions so that we can do our best job at answering those questions. As Sandra already mentioned, preparation for this transition is key. And that's why there is a transition committee. We, as District 81, we are accustomed to much of what is expected of us as clubs within a district. As was mentioned, those clubs that are undistricted or those territories that are not part of a district, the change is going to be new for them, and there will be some growing pains. The good news is that you have a transition team who are working together behind the scenes, both with District 81 leadership as well as District 111 leadership. And part of that means the call for nominations. How many of you have received that email from our DLC chair? Yes, yes, yes. Emails went out on December 13th, Friday the 13th. Was it Friday the 13th? The 13th, Saturday the 13th. Emails went out. I got mine. And what we are asking for is nothing different than what we have done for years. We have reached out to all of our members and we've invited all of you to consider a role in this new District 222 leadership team. Of course, there are things that you need to do to prepare yourself if you want to serve in a district leadership capacity. It's going to be important that you do some reading and familiarize yourself with the district leadership handbook. When I was my first time as a division director was my first leadership role. We had just formed Division H. It was a new division, and I was fairly new in Toastmasters. And let me tell you, I actually printed the district leadership handbook, had it bound, and it was Bible. That handbook was my Bible. So if you're going to consider a leadership opportunity, which there are many within our new district 222, you definitely want to read that handbook. Make sure that you go through all of the documents for preparation of submission of your nomination. When it is so far in the process, you will receive an email inviting you to an interview with the district committee team. And the key to your success as a district leader, but in leadership in general, is always to be very well prepared. And we have more than enough Toastmasters with experience in District 81 that can guide you through this district leader nominations process for the new District 222. It's going to be an exciting ride. I hope at the beginning we were talking about the excitement, and our transition committee chair, she had this smile on her face and she said, I'm excited about this. And I wanted to unmute and say, me too. But I have to behave myself. Yes, I know. I'm just going to stick to the script. I'm going to stick to the script, y'all. I'm not going to deviate. So what are we talking about when we talk about leadership and district leadership specifically, is that we have invited you to answer our call for nomination. And it is important that you invest in yourself. Invest in your taking this opportunity to serve, whether it's going to be one of the district trio roles that you want to apply for, or an area director or a division director. We don't know, or at least it hasn't been shared with me at this point yet, how exactly the divisions and the areas and all of that are going to be set up. But what we can say is that we are working diligently to ensure that for instance, that clubs that are grouped together speak similar languages, so that it's a little bit easier for communication purposes. Now, this doesn't mean that our communication language changes from English. It just means that we're going to have an infusion of different cultures, and it's going to require us to make some adjustments in how we communicate in order to ensure that we are effective. So it is important for you to consider a possibility of serving this new district 222 as a district leader. I've done it a couple of times. Many of you on this call have also done it. And I've got to tell you that the growth opportunities are tremendous. This is just a short list of some of the benefits of district leadership. You can read it for yourself, but this is just some of the benefits of becoming a district leader. And I think for me, 9 years ago, I joined Toastmasters, and one of my main reasons was to increase my network. And I was only thinking network in Aruba, where I live. But now my network is global. Toastmasters, and that is all thanks to willingness to serve at a district leadership level. So I want to encourage those of you that are considering it, maybe not too sure, do it. Do it. It's only going to be a plus and a win-win situation for you. And if you have any doubts and you need to talk to one of us who have done it before, just reach out, because we're here for you to help you to make that decision to serve our new District 222. Now is the time when you get to ask us some questions. And if there are any questions that Sandra and I are not able to answer, we will defer to our chair, Godales, and or her chair, if needed. So let's just go ahead and open it up. I will stop sharing the presentation now, and we'll go ahead and we will open it up for questions.
Good
If you have
evening.
a question, please. Uh-huh. I'm sorry. Who do we have there? Is that Nicoya?
Yes, it's Nicoya. I had my hand up. My
Hello.
apologies.
It's
Uh,
okay. Is mhm.
my question is for either you or DTM Sandra. Given that there's no outgoing district team, who will train the new district leaders?
That's an excellent question. And that's why the transition team exists. So the transition team was created in order to ensure that our new district leaders have everything that they need from day one. So again, there is the district alignment committee that's working. There's the district leadership committee that's also at work. And then you've got the transition committee that is also working on setting the policies, the procedures, the communication modes, websites, emails, events, you name it. So much so that even we are already working on securing several options for the annual district conference. So we are busy working on setting up as much as we can, and let's say that's going to be 99.9.
Okay, I believe dear Michelle Brooks was frozen. Are you all hearing me?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Okay, it seems that she's having some technical difficulties. So what I would like to add to this is that this team will prepare all the foundational structures. We will ensure that the documentation, all the procedures, all the systems are ready. We will be working with Toastmasters International to guarantee proper onboarding and training takes place. I think together with her answer and mine, does that answer your question, Toastmaster Nicole? Nicoya, did you have another one?
Yes, Toastmaster Sandra. I made some notes while you were talking earlier. How will this transition committee know when everything is in place? I actually had two. And what language will be used at the district level?
Okay, so that's an interesting question. How will we know when we are ready, basically? Well, we have so many things to do. And once we know that the district administrative structures are in place, the financial procedures, of course, with the guidance of World Headquarters, the communication systems, the email, websites, the different platforms, that the division and area alignment has taken place by the District Alignment Committee. We have a training schedule in place and leadership handout documents, leadership handbook and other documents. This will ensure that the new leaders can start smoothly from day one. So once we know we have those things in place, and bear in mind, we are working with a transition timeline. So we have dates by which we have to have everything done. Some things need a longer lead time. So take, for instance, we would have had to prepare documentation and all that for this call for nomination ahead of time. I mean, it's not yet June 1st, 2026, but we had to have that ready from now. And similarly, we will have to put things in place so that the new district, we can have a decision early on who will be hosting the next conference. So, how exciting. I mean, think about it. Who knows where we country will be having our conference.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay, I'm hearing some feedback. Your next question had to do with the language, what language we will be using. at the district level. Well, the main working language will be English, but cultural and linguistic diversity will be respected. And there will also be multilingual support which will, as possible, we will have multilingual support provided as much as possible. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you very
Michelle, are
much
you
for
back
the
on?
details, Sandra.
Okay. Do you all have any other questions? I don't know if Master Michelle Brooks got unfrozen or if she's on, but you can go ahead and ask questions
here.
because we have other persons who will be able to help if I
Toastmaster
can't answer.
Jackie and Toastmaster Randall.
Okay, go right ahead.
Good evening.
Mhm.
Good evening, district leaders.
Good evening.
I am Jackie English Jacobs from Division J. My question is related to the quota of clubs per district for realignment. For instance, if in the following Toastmasters year we have 101 clubs in District 222, would one club be realigned to another district? What is the quota for realignment of districts?
The figure given is a minimum of 100. If you go to 101, I'll have to pass you on to our chair to answer that.
The minimum is 100
Yeah.
clubs. So 101 would comply with the minimum. We don't have 101, it's more. So Toastmasters International did the realignment. We have the list of clubs that will belong to this new district. And what we have to do now is organize, or the district alignment committee is organizing the realignment. And as a transition committee, we have to ensure that we can give them the support to serve the clubs in this new alignment. So number of clubs won't be a problem. The new realignment by Toastmasters International, we had nothing to do with it. We received the list of clubs, and this is the list that we're working with, which is over 100. I'm sorry, I don't know the exact number at this moment, but it's more than 100, that I can guarantee.
Thank you.
I see we have our division director, Rhonda, has her hand up.
Hi, thank you. Great evening to all our district leaders and fellow Toastmasters. My question, and just because I'm thinking that we have so many countries represented, I know if we're thinking about 100 to 120, just speaking personally from the Division F would probably be about a fifth to a sixth of that number of clubs. When I think of us preparing for nominations for the district level, and is it that the current alignment also has representatives from the other countries, and so how is that being incorporated in terms of the nominations? So it can't be just those of us who came out of Division 81. So how are we working to make sure that it's fairly well represented? As much as I see the opportunity for us to have district representation from the clubs that are being transitioned to 222 from District 81, I do understand that it couldn't just be us alone. So we are kind of also competing, so to speak, or putting up nominations with the others. How is that being handled from the alignment committee side? Or is it that our alignment committee is just dealing with those from District 81 that are moving across to 222? You understand the question?
You're
Look,
talking about representation in terms of the senior executives?
representations in terms of we are planning for 222. We have several of the countries in
Correct.
81 going up, but there are many from Central and South. So the
Correct.
committee that are you all a subset of a committee that also includes Central and South, or do they have their own realignment committee?
It's one district. 222 is one district. So at this time, we are not talking, when we're talking about District 222, we're talking about the clubs from District 81, the entirety of District 111, and the undistricted clubs in Latin America. Our transition committee, for example, has representation of Latam, of Brazil, and of the Caribbean. The DLC, in accordance to the policies, must have the representation for each division in the new realignment. So we are doing things exactly in accordance with Toastmasters International policies and protocols. And additionally, District 81 has worked with this type of structure and difference in languages and territories for as long as we existed. So we are bringing in that experience in this new formation.
All right. So basically, just saying, so when we are above division level in terms of the nominations at the district level, right? So it is that we need to consider that we won't be going up just as the District 81 component, but also District 111 and the unrestricted groups. Yeah.
Correct. As District 222. So it's going to be, the process has been opened, like Toastmaster Michelle said. Every member of the future District 222 has received the call for nomination. And they all need to apply using the same email address, and they have to go through the same process. And the DLC's job is to recommend the best candidates for to be placed on the ballot. It's the same process that we use in District 81.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. We have
I'm sorry, Madam Chair. There is a question that came up in the chat from Leticia Wanga. And the question is, if District 81 already had more than 100 clubs, why did we go to District 222?
Again, Toastmasters International did not look only to District 81 and District 111. They looked to all the districts in this hemisphere.
Right.
Based on that, they had to do a restructuring. And that restructuring resulted in a split for District 81, where one part will be the Eastern Caribbean countries, and then Haiti, Jamaica, and Cuba. And the other part will be Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, the ABC Islands, Grenada, Trinidad, and the entirety of Central and South America. But you have to consider that this realignment is happening throughout the district in the Americas. Let me put it that way. It's not just District 81. And they had, what TI did is balance out the districts. So now you have, of course, less districts, but each district has a more balanced, how do you say it? A more balanced structure, more even repartition of the clubs throughout the district. Okay, I hope it's clear.
Thank
We
you,
have two
Madam
raised
Chair.
hands. Yes.
Yes.
I don't know
Maybe
who
we'll
was
take
first.
Marcella. I
Okay.
don't know who was first, but let's take Marcella.
Michelle was before me.
Okay. Thanks for your honesty. Michelle?
Thank you, Masala. Good evening, district leaders, fellow Toastmasters. I have two. My questions are: one, how long would the transition committee be in existence? And two, what will be the escalation process if clubs are experiencing challenges so that they can be dealt with in a timely manner?
I can answer the first part of
Okay.
that question. The transition
Thank you, Michelle.
committee exists to support and help prepare the new district leaders who will then take over as of July 1st. So the transition committee's current responsibilities would end at that point. To the other part of your question, I would ask Madam Chair to jump in there, because you're asking if clubs, meaning undistricted clubs, or what clubs are you thinking might have challenges? Because for District 81, we're districted. We're clubs that our clubs at club level, there's really not going to nothing much is going to be felt as far as changes at club level. It'll be primarily those of you who are looking to work at or operate or volunteer at a district level that's going to experience really these changes. But at club level, we do not anticipate that there will be much felt at that level. So maybe clarify the question, Michelle, for the second part?
Sure, I can clarify. We were in area 25 before, and we were changed to area 27. We had a long period in time when the reports in the district central changed to our current area. So I'm thinking that you have the same challenges if we were to be separated, District 222, District 223, then the areas will change again. So I'm thinking that we'll have the same issues. And how soon would those issues be addressed? Because I know for our first report, it took a while for us to get the access to the report to do our very first one.
Okay, I understand the question. I don't have the answer. I don't know that anybody would have the answer.
Can I give it a
because,
shot?
yes, go
Michelle,
ahead,
can I give it a
please.
shot?
Yes, please.
Right now, the numbers and the letters we have for area and division, those are just numbers we put there, right? Come July 1st, or when the alignment committee finishes their work, we're going to have new letters for division. We're going to have new letters for new numbers for areas. So whatever you have right now, that's not going to be the same when the alignment committee finishes. We're going to make it more standardized across the Toastmasters International. So we know exactly where an area is when we look at the number. We know which division to belong to exactly when we look at it. So it's going to be more standardized format. Don't let the number in the letter get you confused right now. What's going to happen to the alignment is going to happen much sooner. And once we finalize it, it's going to be shared with the current district leaders and the DEC members, and they can look at it and see, okay, so they have a familiarity of where the clubs are going, which area they're going to be in. So they don't have to wait until July 1st to start their work when the system gets uploaded. They can know ahead of time how many clubs they're dealing with within their area. Hope that answers that.
Do we have any other questions?
I don't see any more raised hands. It's now 8:44. There's still time if anyone else has a question.
Yeah, and also I want to clarify one other thing. This is Roy again. Clarify when it comes to the elections, for these two new districts that we're going to have. They're going to be independent elections on their own. The conference that District 81 is having this year in Jamaica is District 81.
Yeah.
Right? That's the last conference District 81 is going to have. There's not going to be any elections happening there. The elections will take place prior to that conference, but it will only be, and this, I got to explain this carefully. So District 222, the elections for District 222, only the council members from the clubs that are moving into 222 will be eligible to participate in 222's elections. They can't jump and do 223 and 222. No, only the clubs that are moving there. 223, exactly the same thing. The clubs that are moving into 223, only those clubs that council members can vote in that election. The current DEC members that we have, area director, division director, trio leaders, the whole gamut of them, they exactly the same thing, wherever their club is located. So let's say I'm a DEC member and my club is in Guyana. I will only be allowed to vote in District 222. I will not be able to vote in 223. The only time somebody can vote in two districts is if they're a president or a VPE in two clubs, one in District 222 and one in District 223. Other than that, a DEC member has to pick one district that they can vote in only.
Thank you for that. Thank you. That's great information even for me. So thank you so much. I do see some more raised hands. I believe Iowa had a raised hand before everyone else. Iowa, I don't see your hand anymore. Do you no longer have a question? You're muted.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I did have a question. Distinguished Toastmaster Roy Ganga mentioned the realignment being nearly ready to be shared first, mostly to the district and then to the DEC. Would you have a timeline for this? Will it be next year, January, February? That was my question.
It will be sometime around, maybe by the end of the first quarter, we may have a first good draft of it. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
We have some more raised hands. I'm not sure who was first, but I see Vernisha, Jackie, and Rhonda. Rhonda, were you next?
Jackie's next.
Jackie's next. Go for it.
My other question is, based on this realignment of this district, what is one main challenge faced?
I'm sorry, what is one main challenge that we're facing or that we anticipate facing? I'm not sure.
Both.
If I had to answer the question personally, I might be able to, I would have my own list, but again, from club level, we don't anticipate any challenges. And yes, it's going to be some cultural differences. We're going to be mixing diverse groups of people, but we're in the Caribbean and we already do that. I'm from Aruba and we've been working with people all over the globe. When I was division director back in 2020, we chartered an undistricted club in Medellin, Colombia. It was totally new for them to be joining District 81. And yeah, there's administrative challenges. There's them learning to do things in the way that Toastmasters International expects. And, so there's some learning curves. But to pin it down to one thing, that's not something I'd be able to do. We're not there yet.
And if I may add, I would say that having this district gives us the opportunity to learn from each other, to improve intercultural communication, to strengthen regional collaboration. This diversity will enable, it will make better leaders out.
Internet stuck.
No,
No, it's
Sandra's
Sandra's
frozen.
connection.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think it's Sandra's.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounded like she was gonna reiterate what I was already saying. Jackie,
Exactly.
I'm not sure if that our answers are to your satisfaction, but I'm not sure that we could answer your question, honestly.
Yes, thanks.
Okay, thank you. And was Rhonda, or is it you or
Fernisha.
Fernisha?
I think Madam DVD was before me.
I think
Okay.
I was I'm just confirming because DTM Roy, you said something that makes me wonder. You mentioned, it almost sounded as if you were saying the election for the district leaders for the different districts 222 and 223 were coming out before we had our District 81 conference. Is that true? It's coming out before. So by the time we reach to
Yes.
District 81, we have an idea of who of us would be. All right,
Yeah.
that sounds interesting. Which means, and I will go forward with that, is that the December 15th to January 18th timeline of our nominations is very important that we do it earlier rather than later, because sometimes we struggle in terms of things coming in. So the earlier we get that out, the better, so that we can plan more efficiently and effectively. So I do appreciate that. Thank you. There's an urgency there.
Thank
Can
you
I-
very much.
Can I ask my
Vernisha?
question? Yes. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Hi, Michelle. Long time I didn't see
Good
you.
to see you.
My question is, if I understand clearly, you stated that officers that are now serving on whether it's club that's going over to 222 or clubs that are going over to District 223, it's only the respective officers that will be voting. As a officer that is serving on clubs that are eventually staying in 223 and clubs going over in 222, does this mean I will have the opportunity to vote in both district elections? Or I have to choose one?
No. If you are a club officer, if you're a president or a VPE that currently has the authority to vote to represent your club, and you are either of those positions in two clubs, let's just say two, right? One in 222 and one in 223. When those business meetings happen, you will represent your club, your respective clubs in each of those districts, right? But that's for a club officer. A DEC member, it's different. A DEC member can only pick one district. And I saw a message in there that they're like DEC members belong to multiple clubs and multiple things. You're going to have to pick the district you want to vote for. So if your primary club is in 222 and that's where you want to cast your ballot, yes. But if you want to vote in 223, then you cannot vote in 222 as a DEC member.
So this means division directors, area directors cannot, but club officers, whether you're president or VPE, it's a different situation.
Yes.
Thank
because
you.
you're representing your club, and wherever your club fall, that's where you're gonna vote.
Thank you.
Great questions.
PID Roy, there's a question in the chat that I really need you to respond to and explain back once again, because that's a very, very critical point for each and every one of us to take away. The question says, To confirm if I understand what DTM Roy said, because our current trio members are all part of clubs in District 222, we will continue with the same trio for the new Toastmasters year, except the district director, the other two will shift up. Kindly provide your feedback there.
Okay. Elections are never an automatic. That is why we go through the DLC, and that is why we have a DLC. Let's assume that we weren't doing any of this transition and stuff. District 81 would have, any candidate would have had to go through the DLC. The DLC would have to nominate them or not nominate them. So it's no different than what we do right now. And the PQD and the club growth director, they would have to go through the same process to see if they're eligible to move up. So in these new districts, it's not an automatic guarantee that the current PQD and the current club growth directors move up to the next positions. No, it's what the DLC says that makes it final. So every candidate has to go through the DLC.
Toastmaster Edwin Lobato, Mirumang na Corsao. I see you have a raised hand.
Yes, I do. Good evening to all.
Good evening.
Thanks, Michelle.
You just muted
Yes,
yourself.
just unmuted. Okay. The following question. Going to the site of Toastmasters International, I've noticed that there are a certain numbers of joint alignment committee groups. My question is, to which group number do we belong to?
Which group number?
Yes,
We
because
who is we? Curacao?
no, the realignment we're talking about right now.
I think we're in group
I
8.
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
We are in group 8.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
If you were hoping to get away from me, Edwin, you're not. We're all together. We're still together.
We have a raised
So
hand
let's
by
see, Kevin.
Good night,
Good evening.
Toastmasters. I want to ask how the DLC is selected. The DLC members. Who would be judging or
the DLC chair. Can you please unmute yourself? Thank you. The DLC
Sorry.
chair was appointed by the group transition chair, same as the chair of the district alignment committee and the transition committee. And as always, as usual, the DLC chair will seek out those individuals to serve on the DLC in accordance with Toastmasters policies and protocols. And in this case, the DLC chair was DTM Elka, or IPDD, who had the honor of choosing out the members. Of course, this process is in collaboration in consultation with DTM Roy, who's guiding all the committees.
You were muted, AD Kevin.
What's happening? Sorry about that. So the DLC would have the final decision in selecting the district leaders.
No.
No.
Okay. The DLC. Can you mute yourself, please? I'm listening to myself. I don't know. There's a feedback. So the DLC will interview all known candidates for the positions. They will recommend who are the ones who will be placed on the ballot. The district council is the one that votes for the persons that get the position.
Thank you for that. I will
You're welcome.
put my hat in the ring.
Okay. Are there more questions?
I don't see any more raised hands, Madam Chair, but I do see a message in the chat from Division Director Rhonda. She said, I don't understand that grouping. Do we mean regions?
No, it doesn't mean regions. Remember, I believe it was me or Toastmaster, Distinguished Toastmaster Sandra, who explained that in the entire hemisphere, there are realignments happening. So Toastmasters International make groups, and our districts are in group number 8. So if you go to the Toastmasters website, go to Board of Directors Realignment and look to the realignment page, you will find an explanation which districts belong to the groups. And then region, we know we belong to region 7. That's something else. Okay?
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
Perfect. Well, it's exactly 9 o'clock. Last chance for questions. Going once.
Hello?
Yes.
Typing will take me too long. I don't remember who was talking about that, if it was Toastmaster Sandra or Michelle, I don't remember. They were talking about trying to make the administration or the activities in place. So the district conference, for example, is trying to keep it. So when the changing will take place, we will have then a district 222 conference as we are accustomed when we having the district 81 conference. If I understood good, is that
Yes.
so?
What we're doing is we're sourcing interested countries that would like to host. That's something we do. We've done that always. We've always done that as District 81, but now we're doing the transition committee is facilitating that process so that the new district leadership team will have options coming in.
So if just an example, so if Curacao want to host the next district 222 of the first district 222 conference, we can then make our plan, hand it into the committee, to you, to the transition committee, right? And then they will evaluate if we can host it, right? So if I understood.
No, good. Madam Chair, do you want to?
I have to explain. The transitions committee prepares the documents, the procedures, and these options. But it's the incoming district leadership that's going to vote on them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same as every year. Mm-hmm. The incoming district trio and the DEC would have a let's say a turnover, a transition with the old leadership. Well, in this case, there's no outgoing district leaders. So the transition committee will prepare all the framework, the blueprints, and it's the incoming district trio with the DEC who gets to decide in which direction, what they'll keep, how they'll work forward, how they'll keep going forward. So yes.
Okay.
If there are interested countries in hosting the first district conference, we have created a checklist that we send out just for interested countries to start preparing in preparation for the official bid document that is in creation also. When the bid document is ready, we'll send it out so people can actually fill it in and submit for the incoming trio to decide based same as we have done for years in District 81.
Okay, thank you. I understood now.
Mm-hmm.
It's now 9:04 p.m. and of course we don't want to keep anyone over. There is one last question in the group chat from Marcella. And maybe, Madam Chair, if we could answer that would be great. The question is, will there be a future meeting for all of District 222 to come together before July 2026? Marcella, you want us to have a party? You want an online party? For the,
Okay.
welcome in the new.
Okay, so for me, because I'm seeing my fellow District 81 members from Division J and Division F, for some reason I anticipated that we would have had a similar meeting like that with representation from the undistrict territories as well as District 111. So you kind of have a sense as to the feel or an open area or space where I guess things are shared and our opinions are given. So you kind of get a feel as to what we're going to meet. Like for District 223, they all know each other already. But for us, it's kind of a lot of, well, for me personally, I could say I am still feeling a lot of uncertainty about the excitement. I am not yet excited. So that's why I asked if there would have been another opportunity, maybe similar to this. I understand the alignment. I understand that we will meet separately to vote our leaders, and there is a call for leaders, but there's still a little bit of uncertainty, I guess, because of the unknown that comes from the other side or the other two groupings. That's just
Well
me
said,
personally.
Marcella. Well said. And I'm not sure if all of you are aware that this is what, the fourth informative session. This is the fourth one. So we have been having these sessions. One was hosted for Puerto Rico. We had another one for Curacao. It was done in Papiamento. The one for Puerto Rico was in Spanish. There was also another session for Latin America just last night, and that one was also in Spanish. So the exact same information, the slides, the slide deck, all of that was shared in the other sessions as well. As the transition committee, we are doing our best to be consistent in the message that we are bringing forth and in the information that we share. Communication is effective communication is going to be key in this process. And I'm pretty sure that both Roy and Godales and the other team members at that level are working diligently to ensure that there are future opportunities for us to be able to come together. But like Nora said in the chat, a kickoff party, a District 222 kickoff party.
We should plan that, Michelle. We should plan that.
Somebody must need that as a project. Who needs
Put
a
it on our
project?
to-do list.
But it's a great idea, Marcella. We will work on that.
Just to note, Toastmaster Michelle, we do have some persons from Belize on the call right now. So
you see, that's fantastic.
Correct.
Yeah, and if I can add before we get to the other two questions, the other side is feeling the same anxiety, right? The folks in Brazil is feeling the same anxiety. The folks in the undistricted clubs are feeling the same anxiety. It's like when you start a new school and you have those anxieties are there. Oh, my friends are not here. I got to make new friends. This gives us an opportunity to really make new friends. That networking capability is here now.
Yeah. I see hands raised. Who is first, Iowa or Atto?
I guess I am first, yes. Yes, I wanted to ask distinguished Toastmaster Roy Ganga this question. At the end of June 30, 2026, there will be a final district reserve fund amount. Any idea how this will be split between the two districts?
Yes. World headquarters will allocate the reserves to both districts or to the districts, for example, Brazil and part of 81. They would look at the reserves are allocated based on the number of clubs you have, the cash for for the district to run. So they will look at the number of clubs you have, and then they will allocate the money. So they will do it. They have a process of doing it. It's just like when a current district and any district that has to reform and split in 2 or 3, they know how to allocate it. They have a system in place that does that. Yeah.
Okay, so as it's based on membership,
It's based on the membership and the number of clubs, yes.
so the more members a district has, the more
money they get.
they will
Yes.
get. Okay, that's good news. Thank you.
That's a great question. Thank you, Iowa. Otto.
Good evening. Just for clarity, I read in the chat earlier on, and I think it was confirmed that there will be 2 separate district contests. So, therefore, it means that in Jamaica, there will be no contests?
I'm sorry. 2 separate districts. Well,
So
I
the
think
2 new districts,
yes. Well,
will
right now
have-
we're not together. We're separate. So District 81 we're still District 81. We're still
Correct.
doing our thing up until the conference. So
So at the conference, we'll have the 1 district contest there.
District
Okay.
81. Yes.
This,
yes.
okay, great. That's what
Yeah.
I wanted to know.
Yeah, man, in Jamaica, man. District 81. That's our big time. We better have like a sold out conference. You hear me, Madam DD? Sold out. Every single Toastmaster in the Caribbean needs to be in Jamaica, says Michelle.
So we look forward to having your registration tomorrow morning.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Early bird, $200, right? Early bird. So are you all a little excited already? Are you a little excited yet? Don't worry, you're going to get there. If you're not yet, you're going to get there. You're going to get there. I promise. When you see all these other new options, new opportunities, new countries that we're going to get to network with and visit and can't wait. Can't wait. So, Madam Chair, thank you so much for the opportunity. On behalf of Distinguished Toastmaster Sandra and I, we thank all of you for joining us tonight, and we now give it back to Madam District Director to close us out.
Please.
Yes? Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Group Chair, PID Roy, Transition Chair, Piara Godales, and committee members Michelle and Sandra for leading this informative session to get us all on the path ready for our new District 222. Just as a reminder, we will have communication going out. The communication will represent both districts because District 81 still have to communicate and allow that transition to operate for both districts. When the information come out, please focus on the country that you are a part of so that you are aware as to which information you should align yourself with so that you ensure that if you're applying particularly, you submit your application to the correct place. So ensure that you look at the number, look at the target country, and ensure that you're submitting your application to the correct place. And yes, our conference information would have started. So sign up, get on board so that come May 2026, we can have that final hooray, big bang as we transition into our new directions. It was certainly a pleasure to be here this evening, and we will continue the conversation. Send your questions to the different members on the committees so that you can be well aware as to what is happening. Do enjoy the rest of your evening and all the best for the season. Be safe and do have a blessed evening. Nora is giving us